welcome back to House Flipper and another Q&A session. So for this one, these questions come from missmandy777, and so she basically is a YouTuber. She deals with First Amendment frauditors. I will explain what all that is, what that means in a second, because it's kind of long and yeah, it's not good. So we've done 100% on Sarah Lewis and Caroline Smith, so we're going to carry on going to the top. Okay, so I'm going to have to mount all the radiators, and as long as he's satisfied I get paid, otherwise I get nothing. Okay, so the first question she asked is, do you think frauditors are capable of reform? So for those who aren't in the know, you may be asking, what is a frauditor? A frauditor is basically a First Amendment auditor, and they actually do nothing except for harassing so they basically harass any members of staff, members of the public, just for clicks and views, and they actually do nothing useful at all. Many of them are criminals. They have been jailed multiple times, and they seem to think that by doing what they're doing, by by interfering with traffic stops and arrests and going into businesses, that they're somehow defending people's rights, and it's absolutely a load of nonsense. So she asked if I believe that they can be reformed. No, I do not believe they can be reformed. I know only one has, but I think that with frauditors themselves, they cannot be reformed at all. They've got too much of a chip on their shoulder to properly grasp the situation, and they just literally will blame everybody else for their issues, and so they can beg for money. So they carry on doing what they're doing, which is harassing people for no reason. The funny thing is that they claim that they are defending free speech and that lot, but yet they always seem to, well, first, free speech, but they always seem to forget the fact that everyone is allowed to have free speech. They seem to forget that they are not immune to they're not immune from, I can't remember my words now. To be criticised. Sorry, my brain went completely kaput there. But yeah, so they can be criticised under fair usage. That is exactly what can happen, which is what many channels like Miss Mandy does, and many others like Far, Degeneration Nation. I will be putting in all the channel links to all of them, so if you do want to have a look and see what it's all about, you can do. Oh, another one here. But yeah, it's kind of obnoxious what they do, I'm not gonna lie. I don't want to stress, yes, everybody has the right to record police doing their duties, but it means standing there, being quiet, not interfering, not going over and screaming, shouting, or anything like that. Literally. And they will go into private business. They've gone to private businesses. They have even gone after women's shelters to do this. They will harass anyone just for clicks and views, because they claim to be a reporter, which they really are not. So that was that job done with the radiators. That's all we had to do. So we are. So, and then there are the people who so the fact that they go around harassing everybody and then they have the audacity to beg for money to help themselves out is kind of a cheap move. But not only that though, they will try and restrict the freedom of speech of others because they don't like being criticised, which again it is completely out of order. They shouldn't be allowed to do that. And sadly, YouTube have actually condemned what these fraudsters are doing by basically saying, yeah, you will allow all these all these strikes to be allowed, so you don't get criticised, and then the strikes get removed because it falls under fair usage. It's just a complete and utter waste of time. It really is. So with that being out of the way, let's move on to the next one and I'll do the next question. So, a bit of gravel and a couple of bushes. I work at home in my dentist's office. I can deal with all kinds of teeth cavities, but not with holes and weeds in my garden. Can you please lay some gravel in the front part of my yard to get rid of these? Also, could you plant something on there to make it? Okay, so from now on, I'm able to design a garden, look for plants in the garden category in the shop. So now we've got the shop for the garden. Oh, yes, I've got the handyman, haven't I, skill to do. So, 305 mountain, plastering. You know what, let's do the mountain. We've got 20 more weeds, 1 minute mowing. They got rid of all the weeds. How many little blights were you? There we go, got wood, so now I've got to do the gravel. Got to go 2 coloured gravels. Let's go 2 coloured gravel. And I've got new gardening skills. Okay, so I need a coniferous. What's it? Coniferous shrub. Okay, so do tall grass. You know, I'm gonna do the weeds. I think. No, I'm not. I'm gonna do grass trimming, so I can get rid of the edges. So now, if I okay, so I need a shrubbery. We don't have to say E. You know what, let's go for a broadly shaped cone one. There you go, one plant successful. Shame I can't get. Yeah, that might actually help. Maybe. Okay, so now then I need to do two-tone gravel again. So you know what, let's go for spiral shape. You know what, let's do it this way. So, Miss Mandy's other question was, so I got myself so into that, was do I see myself being a full-time YouTuber one day? And the answer is I don't actually know. while I do like doing this, I more see this as a hobby, and trying to do it full time with this sort of content is very difficult to do so, because there's so many channels out there, and there's so many better ones than my ones. I mean, straight at the head, I mean, there's Jacksepticeye, he's he's a brilliant one. You've got Markiplier, he does awesome content, especially when it comes to Five Nights at Freddy's. I mean, let's see. Let's go for some of the lists where there are some that are better than me at this sort of thing. So, we've got Carcinogen SDA. That one does loads of brilliant games and channels. So there are so many gaming channels out there right now that it would be near impossible for me to think about it. So for me, this is literally just like a hobby. That's what I do. It's just a hobby. I mean, if I'm able to and I can do it full time, I probably will do. But right now, I am literally just going to enjoy what I'm doing. If I do it part time, I do it part time, and I'm just going to have a good time doing it, really. So I hope that answers your question. So for the first one, do I think followers can change? No, they can't. There's too much of a chip on their shoulder, and their followers don't want them to change. They're not going to. And will I be doing YouTube full time one day? Again, it's going to answer no. Just because I literally see this as a little hobby. I probably won't go anywhere because it's so difficult to actually get into and to do it full time as well. I really need the weeds. I don't really see the weeds, I think. I do it from the next point. But how close am I to the next point now anyway? Oh wow, yeah, I've still got a long way to go. There we go, that's the last one I needed. So, single coloured gravel. Really? Single coloured? Fine. If you want single coloured, I can do single coloured, that's no issue. But let's go for. So another shrub. So yeah, so I hope that answers your questions, Miss Mandy. So there will be a link to a channel in the description along with some of the other channels I had mentioned. So if you want to see what they are all about, then you can go for it. So tell them in the comments that I sent you. Planting is successful. So I think I had another come through. Yes, I did. Oh, negotiation. So 2%. That's not really necessary. But I'm going to do options to negotiate the price. So another higher payment that will be useful, so I can do, yeah. Right, I think that's 2 done. 2 houses done. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this Q&A, and I'll tell you what, I must see about if I'm able to actually flip some houses. I don't know, it looks like I've got to do one more job before I can think about doing houses. Okay. Oh no, don't. So I can do this, so I could find myself a nice decent house and 24,000. Yeah, even that's well my limit. So I might have to wait on that one. So I can't actually do anything just yet. Because I mean, they do get pretty expensive. So you never know, once I've got some jobs done, some more of that lot, then yeah, why not? I might be able to do some house flipping. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time. Bye bye for now.